a Titan who is not actually present on our program. Hello, Sam's back. Hello, everyone. Yeah, the intro screen was featuring a little visual teaser that is not related actually to the newest Titans, Alecto and Valdur. But hey, we are still going to discuss it a bit, but I think... thank you so much for joining this live stream today. There are a lot of you. I was sitting there waiting to launch the live stream basically, and I was seeing numbers above 1,000 viewers, and I understand the excitement and I understand the anticipation because I'm very excited myself. Because here was the Minion era. You might know me as a guy who usually streams a lot on Hero Wars Alliance, right? There's been speculation of like, oh, Hero Wars Alliance has these like brand new Allarite Titans, right? So when the players of Hero Wars the Minion era will take a piece of that pie, when we will get some brand new Allarite Titans. Well, we're getting them, but narrative-wise, we don't have Allarite on Hero Wars the Minion era, so they might be called something different. But these Titans, in nature, are one and the same. But before we proceed to that, don't forget to grab the link, the gift link. I've already added it to the description, so check out the links. Click the corresponding link to your version of the game, either Facebook, Hero Wars the Minion era, or Hero Wars the Minion era, on web. Grab it. It's available until 17th of August, and it's going to be available until, I think the exact timing is there as well. So even if you're watching this not live, but in a recording, like a couple of days after the stream was finished, hello VOD watchers, I appreciate you. Check out the link. Maybe you haven't activated it yet. Right? So grab it. It's on the house, a little gift to all of you. And as usual, hello everyone. I know there are a lot of probably Hero Wars Dominion era creators planning to watch this stream, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me because these streams usually take a bit of time. This should be a classic stream in terms of its duration, an hour and a half, probably around that, and I will try to cover as much of information as I can about this entire thing, because we have a lot to talk about. We have to talk about the new element, we have to talk about the new 2 Titans introduced with the element, we have to talk about the new totem, and the uniquely structured adventure that is going to be launching dedicated to those Titans. So, keep your ears clean, keep your eyes on the screen, do not miss anything, and I think there's a little hole in space. My green screen is leaking. Sorry about that. All right, so keep your ears on the voice, and please document everything. If you want to share it with your guildmates who are not ready to watch the entire live stream in small, little recaps, 5-minute recaps, I always appreciate those because this information is essential. I'll cover a lot. But for those of you who will stick with me through the entire live stream, I have a big giveaway prepared. This giveaway has 12 winners in it for 2. And also, be prepared for me to switch between the screens a lot today, because we have a lot to cover, and I have to rely on some little magic tricks on my development build to skip ahead in, chronologically to get to the next segment of the event, because we are going to be talking about all of these new things within the context of the big Distortion Arrives event that, as you can see, has 4 stages to it. Let me hide myself for a bit. So, Distortion Arrives, basically Event Hub, will be open starting on the 17th of August. And the first stage here is the Early Access stage. This is basically the pre-order stage that will allow you... this visual teaser is not related to Alecto and Valdur, but hey, still. This Early Access stage will allow you to get to the Fall of the Veil. This is a pre-order screen for Alecto and Valdur and his pet Echo. There they are. For those of you who want to pre-order the guys, who want to test them out early, you can grab them during this stage. You can purchase, just Alecto or just Valdur and Echo, or both of them. As you can see, if I hide my camera once again, you see the option for purchasing both Titans, and you can purchase both Titans in the grade you prefer. There's 3 grades, as per usual. And we will use this little screen to get ourselves accustomed with Alecto and Valdur and their abilities, because this little screen has pretty much a well-structured way for us to read the skills for these Titans and check out the artifacts as well. So, talking about the Distortion Titans, what do we need to know about those guys? These guys, strategically, should be applied to countering Light and Darkness Titan teams. And these Distortion Titans, Alecto and Valdur, will be heavily integrated into already existing ecosystem of the Titans existing in Hero Wars Dominion era, because the Distortion Titans themselves will be countered by the old-school elemental Titans, like Water, Earth, and Fire. So basically, building the Distortion Titan team will give you an instrument to handle Dark and Light, but however, you will need to be on the lookout for old-school Titans like Earth Titans, Fire Titans, and War Titans. These are basically the main strategic points surrounding the element. What do they have to offer? What do they bring to the table? Well, let's see Alecto's skill. Alecto is a damage dealer. Let me hide my camera to allow you guys to see the entire text for the skill. Alecto is a damage dealer. She kind of works similarly to her version on Hero Wars Alliance. She will move behind the back of the farthest enemy and hit them 5 times. While the skill is active, Alecto is invulnerable, will not be killed during that phase. Each hit deals some damage depending on the physical attack and damages the single target. Then deals a bit less damage depending on the physical attack to nearby enemies. It's sort of a splash damage thing. And after the skill ends, Alecto will teleport back to her initial position, finally getting back to her allies and, getting some damage her way. If she is, if you face her as an opponent, this is when you strike her. And Valdur and Echo. Okay. Hero Wars Dominion era players. This is an exclusive dude because I haven't seen him on Hero Wars Alliance yet. This is like the first preview. I'm not sure how he's going to work on Hero Wars Alliance version, if there are viewers from that version of the game. This is not 100% like similar dude that we'll see on the mobile version of the game, but hey, let's check him out. He has 2 abilities, as usual, for the summoners. He has Echoclasm, which summons lesser images onto the battlefield. Basically, little versions of his pet that he's riding, Echo. 1 for each living enemy Titan. Images have their own health for each one of them, and will receive 30% less damage from area of effect attacks. After death, an image will deal some damage, depending on the physical attack stat of Valdur, and it will deal that damage to enemy Titans around it, sort of like a little bomb explosion, and will push the closest enemy Titan in a random direction. If new images are being summoned, but there are still living images on the battlefield, maybe like simultaneous casts of the ult, then the old ones will die, basically explode, and get replaced by the new ones. And the second ability is what we are all waiting for when we're talking about the new totem, Spiritual Bond Distortion. Valdur and Echo perpetually balance on the border of existence using thinness of the fabric of reality, wherever they find it. For totem activation, Valdur and Echo will count as 2 Distortion Titans. Thanks to their mastery, Valdur and Echo also generate 20% more energy, for Distortion totem activation. This gives us an answer. Why are we adding 2 Titans straight away for the new element? Because the totem will also become available once the adventure for these dudes will start. And to activate the Distortion totem, you will usually require 3 Titans of that element, but Valdur and Echo, being a summoner, will help you activate it with just Alecto and Valdur on your team, allowing you to kickstart your journey into the experiments with these dudes and find out how you can integrate them into your Titan teams, how you can play around with them, what kind of enemy defenses you can crush with them, all that good stuff. But be aware, the pre-order early access stage will not allow you guys to get a hold of the new totem yet. So while the pre-order stage lasts, you'll only be able to grab yourself Alecto and Valdur for trainings, but the totem will not be available yet. So, this is, I think, everything that comes with the early access stage. And allow me, I'll do a little switch up, because I want to show you guys both Alecto and Valdur in battle. And a couple of teams I prepared behind the scenes, just to give you a first look at what these dudes do and how they act. So allow me, I'll have to do like some server switching, because I have them on the different server within the development environment. Let's see. Let me check out the chat. People are saying hi. Reasoning will give you 2 because of totem, but no totem on the pre-order stage. Once the adventure starts, the totem will become available, so no worries about that. I think I'm good and loaded on the different server. Here I am. This is the Battle Sam account. This is the place where I've prepared a couple of teams to give you guys a visual preview of what Alecto and Valdur can do. I've prepared a couple of effective encounters here, mostly in attack, but I've also found a couple of good stacks for them in terms of like defense, so I'll give it to you guys. Unfortunately, because I am unfamiliar with the meta in Hero Wars Dominion era, more of a Hero Wars Alliance guy, right? More frequent guest there. I will probably lack like the deep knowledge regarding the system, but hey, hopefully you will help me out with the testing, because I will give you guys a little segment where you can request specific trainings for the stream, and I will try to play them out so you can see what Valdur and Alecto can do in the teams you want to see them against, basically. Let's see. So, I've been experimenting with this little defense team. I'm not going to bring totem skills into action, like the additional fusion totem skills, because I think they can drastically affect the entire like battle in each situation you can cook up in your head, because, I think a fair assessment would be like just to build a team with the standard totem skills to give us a first look at what these dudes do, and then you can guys go ahead and customize the battles to your own tastes and maybe like enhance it with different skills. But let's see. I've been doing this. I've been combining them with Fire Titans, Ignis, Moloch, and Araji. And these combinations with Fire Titans perform pretty nicely against like Light Titans and Earth Titans in defense. And I'll give you, while we watch this battle unfold, let me set up auto. While we watch this battle unfold, you might have noticed that when we added the totem fusion skills, the new totem fusion skills, you might have noticed that we have a skill that is almost has a couple of similarities to the way Valdur's ult works, right? So his like little echoes explode and move the enemies around, and one of the totem fusion skills also allows you to, sort of punish enemies for moving on the battlefield, right? And this is almost the main gimmick of the totem for these dudes, because what Planar Storm, the ability for Elemental Spirit of Distortion totem, does is it will cover the battlefield in deadly shards for 15 seconds. Once per second, a shock will occur within the zone, pushing a random enemy titan in a random direction, almost like the Echo Bombs. Any movement by an enemy titan within the effect zone will deal damage based on distance traveled. So sort of similar to, like, if we go with hero analogies, Christus spikes, right? And you kind of want to see an analogy of like Lars Titan, right, in the form of Valdur, right? You set up the spikes, you bring the Echo Bombs out, the Echo Bombs explode, and you move the enemy Titans around a bit, dealing insane damage to them. And that's basically the, I think, main like gameplay gimmick behind these elemental teams, right? They will try to move enemy Titans around and focus on that to deal as much damage as they can. Let me check out the chat a bit. Araji, Moloch, and Ignis are going to be powerful along with Rigel and Ammon. Yeah, surely. And let me, guys, give you a little look at the defense capabilities. I've been rocking this little defense team. Let me see. I think it's this one. I think so. I've been doing this combination with like Light Titans and Dark Titans. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Where is it? Can't see it. Wait. Oh wait, I think this is it. Yeah. All right. I've been doing this defense team with the Distortion totems, Distortion Titans and their totem. Sorry about that. And I've been trying out like the pure mono dark team against this thing. It's been pretty effective, even in defense, right? Let me watch the battle a bit closer. I want to see like the Alecto animations and Valdur animations for you guys to check them out as well, because I was talking mostly through the entirety of that attack battle. But as you can see, Valdur and Echo are charging their abilities at the moment, but they will be the main threats here in that defense. As you can see, Alecto did a teleport, made a couple of attacks, teleported back, and we are already setting up the spikes, and everyone is dead. Valdur is right there. For some reason, 2 of them. Something visually weird happened with that little replay. But we are trying out the defense team, so let's see how many defeats the attacking team will get. And it's pretty stable here, right? So the Mono Darkness team is, doesn't really stand a chance against a combination with Valdur and Alecto. But hey, you will also be able to experiment with these Titans starting on the 17th of August once the pre-order stage starts. But the pre-order stage is, not the only stage within that entire event structure. Let's go. Here we are. Okay, so once the pre-order stage is at the end, once the pre-order stage ends, we get on the 21st of August to the Fall of the Veil chapter. This is an Alecto dedicated chapter, fully dedicated to it, and will last until the 26th of August. The adventure itself is not really that different from Titan adventures we've seen in the past, but with the exception that the totem fragment this time for completing the final level is the Distorted Spirit Summoning Sphere, which contains a spirit fragment of your choice, including the fragment for the new Distortion totem. And for those of you who want to maximize your totem fragments, right, don't forget to participate in the giveaway, but also we will feature additional like offers for that. We have the Crystal Treasury, as usual. Don't forget about the daily reward for the energy crystals and the daily charge. We got the event ticket. We got a Titan upgrade offer once you have the Titan summoned. And there's going to be an offer, this one. It's not a one-time offer. You can go to it if you want. You can grab as many fragments as you want. You can head start from this little offer right here. Or you can focus on the adventure and get it just by completing the 7 chapters. Don't forget that to unlock various chapters, you will need some adventure buffs. The requirements are on each of the chapter's cover pages. And nothing, to be completely honest, nothing in the workshop has changed. The Battle Boost is still here, the Tome of Greed is still here, the Grail of Generosity is here as well. But the Battle Pass for Alecto's path, for this part of the adventure, looks like this. So from 21st of August to 26th of August, you will be available to participate in this Alecto's path, right? The rewards for it are as follows. These are the Zorbal's Wing, the first artifact weapon for Alecto. Then we have the Distorted Attack Seal, which can be used by several Titans of the element. And we also have more fragments of the weapon. I think that's it for the rewards. But this is not the only way for you guys to get the artifacts for Alecto, because the shop. Oh, let me start with the Altar of Fate. The Altar of Fate will feature the Sapphire Medallions, as always, Alecto Soul Stones as a guaranteed reward, Titan Potions, Titan Skin Stones, Essence of Elements, and all of the free artifacts that Alecto will use. Zorbal's Wing Fragment for the weapon, Crown of Distortion, the crown that is, I think, available for all of the Distortion Element Titans, and the Distorted Attack Seal. And you'll also be able to grab them from the shop. But Pay attention to the fact that the chapter dedicated to Alecto will not feature artifact fragments for Valdur. So if you're aiming to upgrade Valdur through the Alecto's part of adventure, you won't be able to do it. Zorwol's Wing, Distorted Attack Seals, and Crown of Distortion are the only artifact fragments available. But you might be asking, what is the Echo of Change? Echo of Change is also a little thing that is introduced with the Titans of the Distortion element. And Echo of Change is a new resource that you can use to level up your new Distortion totem. So usually we relied, like in the past, on trophies from like guild battles, from Clash of Worlds, Guild Wars, to upgrade the totem in levels. But this time you will use Echo of Change, or Emeralds if you prefer it that way. But Echo of Change is the exclusive, unique resource for you to level up the Totem of Distortion for Alecto and Valdur currently. Echo of Change will be available. This is not a one-time lot. You can purchase as many as you like. And Echo of Change will also be a part of the Valdur's chapter. So pay attention to that. But in terms of future availability, I don't really have like specific info on where you'll be able to get Echo Change. So if you want, try to get as many as possible. If you want to invest into the Totem of Distortion as as much as you can, because they will be introduced into various. I think Sophie in the chat will probably correct me, but they will be introduced sooner or later, either through events or like some other way. But the community team will let you know through the official pages how the Echo Change will be obtained in the future once this little adventure ends, all of its chapters. And yeah, so basically, if you're aiming to summon and upgrade Alecto, you summon her through the Altar of Fate. You then proceed to the shop, or you can also grab some fragments for her artifacts from the shop and Altar of Fate as well. You can grab some Echoes of Change if you are planning to invest into the totem fragments of the Distortion totem, either through the Distorted Spirit Summoning Sphere you can build it, or you can also use the offer. And yeah, besides that, we'll not leave you guys hanging. Oh, Treasure of Dominion, you're a bit late. Let me get to the Mysterious Island, because there are going to be 2 islands dedicated to each half of this Titan adventure. One will be dedicated to Alecto, and will feature some stuff related to her. Soul Stones for her in this tower, starting with on the 21st of August, of course. Some artifact fragments for the crown, some artifact fragments for the seal, some catalysts, good stuff, and the Zorwol's Wing weapon artifact fragments. And this little island, as you can see, it is going to be unlocked as soon as Valdur's chapter starts. But before we get to that, let me cover, well, basically, what the artifacts for Alecto will do. Allow me to do some magic.